Hi, I'm Mona Denium. Welcome back to my channel. So tonight I have a little update for you and some little drag stories for you. And I figured, why not get pretty? I haven't done this in a while. I haven't done real makeup in a while. I'm sorry. So as for the channel update, Topenga's World is still happening. I have a new episode that has been recorded already. I am in the middle of editing it. I made this one way too complicated, and this is taking a while to edit, so it's coming. It's actually not the big one that I said last time in my last channel update. It is a new short, but this one actually has a lot of animation and other mixed media stuff in it, and that's why it's really complicated. But I haven't uploaded anything in over a month, so that leaves, what did I do in February? Well, let me tell you. I decided to pick up one of my old sewing projects that I didn't quite finish. I made a dress for Halloween that I ended up performing in, but I ran out of time and I kind of just wore it as is and hemmed the bottom. But the pattern I had made for it originally had like a band up here that was like 4 inches. So this one didn't have a band and I forgot, and it ended really high, but I still wore it. So I decided we're going to take our time. We're going to make some Topenga eleganza something or other. And I spent like at least 3 weeks in February making that. I can show you. It is actually in the new Topenga's World, but you don't see it from the waist down. You can go see all the looks though on my Instagram, Miss Mona Denium. And actually I posted all the pictures for I did 3 different looks in this video, and I have a full body. You can't really see the bottom of the full body shot, which is why I'm showing it to you now, because it's so pretty. I spent so long on it. Okay, so what I did, we have some extreme shoulder pads. Boom. Look at those. So those are all little tubes that I made, stuffed, and then I hand stitched them together. I had that for Halloween. I added some little ruching in the boobs, and then the skirt. I was like, how do I just, not attach 4 inches of fabric and make this look retarded? So I did all this, blah, 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 blah. She has a whole little cove now. So these are all tubes that are sewn and stuffed, and yes, they are all hand stitched together. So that took a while, and then they have these little fun little triangles on the bottom to dangle. Like, this is really big, I can't work this, but you also can't see in the pictures it's shiny green. Ooh. So yeah, one more. See ya. It's so fun. Blah, 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 blah. So that was February. I hope to have the new episode of Topenga's World out before the RuPaul premiere, just because superstition's in my head and that sounds like a good time. So yeah, there is that. As far as after this episode of Topenga's World, I have some new ideas because I'm putting way too much stress on myself doing all this nonsense. So I'm revisiting an old something or other, and you'll just have to wait and see which old something or other it is. But it's a character, and I'm going to do some other way. This one I'm going to be less restrictive because I've overcommitted to the format of Topenga's World, so I'm going to do some really stupid shit. I hope you like it. So that'll be next after Topenga's World, and then if I can stand it, I will have my next wig tutorial. I already have the idea picked out, and it's something I've done before, and it should be really cool. I have the hair, I have everything ready for it. Oh, and this one, I actually made this the same time that I did my second wig tutorial, in case you're wondering. It was actually just long and straight, and then I decided I went today and made it into, I don't know, I look like a Beetlejuice geisha or something. But you can make this one the same steps as wig tutorial number 2. And then if you follow the steps from the first one for blending colors, it's kind of hard to tell in this lighting, I don't know. But yeah, it's all fun kinds of pastels. It is yellow, baby blue, baby pink, and a tiny bit of hot pink. What I didn't know when I made this one is that once you flat iron them, all the colors kind of just bleed together. So there is no orange, there is no green in this, but it looks like orange and green and everything else in there. You do them like 75% yellow and then like 25% your other colors per strand. And that's how I put this wig together. So now story time! Tonight I thought, what about the first time I did drag? Or the first times? Because, you know, it happens more than once and you go, no. So, once upon a time, a very long time ago when I was a teenager, the first time I did drag, I was just hanging with my friend at her house, and she's like, can I dress you up like a girl? And I'm like, yeah, sure, whatever. And then she put me in some like goth makeup, goth wig, and then I had like a, I don't remember what she made me wear that day. It was a purple velvet dress at one point. It was very gothy. It was very, that's what it was. But it was either that first time she dressed me up or the second time when shit got real. So she dressed me up this one time, and then I was at her house way out somewhere. I didn't have a car. I got dropped off there, and then all of a sudden, after she dresses me up in drag, she announces, "Oh, I have to go to work now, and nobody else is home, and I'm supposedly have to leave." And then she's like, "Oh, I'll call Amber." And then so she calls our friend to have her pick me up on her way out from work. And then what does Amber decide to do? She says, "Oh, let's go to the mall." So my pretty much first time in drag, daytime drag, by the way. I was 17 and I was taken to the mall against my will. So I was terrified, and we went to Hot Topic, you know, because that seemed like a safe zone. And then I was just kind of hiding behind my wig like, and then, you know, there was some people giving looks like, ah, and then there were other looks of, and then I was like, okay, I can't do this. It was too much. So then I ran to the bathroom to go take it off, and then I had a Miss Doubtfire moment. I'm like, which bathroom? And then I went in the men's bathroom, ripped it all off, just smudged makeup all over my face because it wasn't that much, and then that was that. And then that got the ball rolling somehow. I don't know, kind of unrelated. I did drag 2 other times when I was a youngin' teenager, underage. There was a youth group I used to go to on Fridays, and they decided they were having a drag talent show. And this is when I am not doing drag. I don't know drag. I don't. They said, we're having a talent show. Please sign up. And this wasn't for like any other queens in the community or anything. I didn't know about queens back then. I didn't care about drag queens at all. But they announced it. They did a poor job of planning and announcing it. And then the following week, they're like, okay, it's tomorrow. Who's signing up? We need people. And then my dumbass was like, I'll do it. And then, so yeah, it was like 8 o'clock at night, and I had a drag show to do the next day. And I was like, wait, what am I supposed to do? Now, for some mysterious reason, the Home Depot in my area was open till midnight back then. So I went to Home Depot and I got a whole bunch of duct tape, and I made a duct tape dress overnight. And so the next day I had my dress. It was like I might still have it. It may magically appear in this video in a bit. But I made basically like a duct tape apron, and then a piece across the back, and then hella slitted, and it was really slutty, and I wore that with some fishnets, and then my little black gothy wig and some gothy makeup. And then I did Brand Van 3000 Come On Feel the Noise, because I thought that was fun. You know, it's slutty, it's rock, it's whatever, and it gets all crazy at the end. So I did that, and I was thrashing about, and there was like 3 like real drag queen judges, and this was them watching me. And I lost. I lost to some bitch who did Britney with no makeup and yeah, basically just a wig, and that was it. Big surprise. But now I'll move on to doing drag as an adult, because that's where it matters. So, you know, like when you watch stand-up comedy and you're like really drunk and you're like, I'm funny. I could do this. That's basically how my drag started. So at one point I was obsessed with James St. James tutorials, and I was binge watching them and drinking and binge watching them. I was like, oh my god, I should do this. This would be so much fun. And then it was like summertime, because, you know, when you want to plan for Halloween, you start in the summer, otherwise you're an idiot, because, I don't know, things take time. So I decided I'm a goddamn adult, and I want to do proper drag with money and stuff. I'm not doing no cheapo teenage drag. So I decided I wanted to be Devin Green as Brenda Dickinson, or I'm terrible. I forgot how you said the name. Dixon, whatever. That thing. Welcome to my house. I wanted to be her. So I was looking around online. I was like, oh, where do I even begin? And then I found this terrible... Ooh, I have that. I found this terrible sequin gown on eBay. Ooh, let me get this. Look at her. Woo! If that doesn't scream soap opera, I don't know what does. But, you know, that was the plan then. So I was going to have, you know, that and, like, big hair, and I was going to be, like, an obnoxious mess at this Halloween party. So I ordered that dress, and then all of a sudden, it just, like, I don't know. It just felt like, okay, I've committed to doing drag. I have to get a wig now. I have to buy makeup. What do I do? And then it was like panic. It's like, do I really want to do drag? I don't know. It felt like a very, like, identity crisis kind of thing, deciding to do it even as a hobby. I don't know why. It felt really scary all of a sudden. I felt like I had to buy everything. So started accumulating things, got closer to Halloween, did not do Devin Green. I ended up doing this really fun fortune teller thing, and I had a whole scene out of it. Actually, you can watch those too. They are on my channel. It's Misfortunes with Mona Denium. There, you are cleansed. You are no longer dumb in the future.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you for coming. 55! So at this point, I am an at-home drag queen doing makeup, and, you know, doing looks like, well, okay, well, like, not quite this beautiful. But, you know, I'm doing things like this at home, just put them on, taking pictures, taking it off. I hadn't gotten to the drag scene yet. So my friend finally convinced me to go perform. And it's when RuPaul's Season 8 started. They had an open mic show that was starting immediately after the show. So this was the time. So even though I've done cheap teenage drag and performances before, like I did it twice, I have terrible stage fright, and this was like, I don't know, this was like super scary to me. So getting ready for the show, I was freaking out. And I was, you know, trying to learn my song. At the time, like, we could only pick whatever we had to guess what the DJ had. So I had to pick something that I would assume he had. I'm trying to learn the song. I'm trying to do my makeup. And then I'm just freaking out. And then by the time I get ready, I am so aggravated from all these time constraints and doing this, that, and the other, that, you know, I was like, you know what? I have 10 million pounds of shit on me, and I look amazing. I don't care what happens. And just like that, the aggravation got rid of all my stage fright. So I go out to watch RuPaul at 9. First time out in heels. In heels all night. That was an experience. Didn't perform until like 11. And then there were like a bunch of other performers. I don't know. Basically, I was in heels for like 5 hours. That was a wake-up call in the morning. Oh, another fun thing that happened for no reason. Oh, wait. We have our performance over here. Wait, this side. So this is what was going on that night. You see that big old hair? My earring just like unhooked off my ear and went and just transferred into my hair, and I didn't even know it until I don't know when. It was there for a long time. It was just floating. It was hair accessories at that point. So I performed, and it was stressful, and I was like, okay, I'm good. I don't want to do this anymore. The next week I was like, okay, I'm ready to go again. And it's been this love-hate cycle ever since. I think that's where my story ends. Drag is a vicious cycle of debt and anxiety and wanting to do more of it. Yeah. But I feel pretty good tonight because I'm all pretty at home and I don't have to be anywhere at any specific time. So I think that concludes our stories for tonight. If there's anything you'd like to see, I don't know, me talk about some things. Do you want more drag blogs like this? Are there things you want to see Topenga do? I don't know. Let me know in some comments or something. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Outro dancing!